William Cooper, the Aborigine activist, is now an international hero. You go to Canberra just recently, new avenue is called after his name. A new bridge is called after his name. And never ever played any football, but now the football trophy is called after his name because he's so famous. Everybody wants his name. Who was this man, William Cooper? The most important thing that he did in his life, which made him so famous internationally, was that he was supposed to be the only one in the whole world writing to German government an objection to treatment of Jews in Hitler's Nazi Germany, which was just after the Kristallnacht. On the 9th of November, 1938, before the war, before anything, there was a horrific pogrom, they call it, in whole Germany and Austria against Jews. They were breaking their shops, their houses. 60 or so Jewish people were killed in the process as well. About 30,000 of them were rounded up and sent to concentration camps. So it was just one night pogrom. William Cooper, together with several other Aborigines, marched 5 kilometers from his place where he lived in Footscray to the center where the German consulate was. This one letter made him famous internationally now. Kristallnacht was 1938 on the 9th of November, and this walk to the consulate of Germany happened 6th of December. So apparently now they're repeating that walk to commemorate this happening every year. He was the only one through the whole world that sent a personal letter of objection to the German government. They were not allowed to go across because at that stage, 1938, apparently Aborigines were not citizens of Australia. They were only British subjects. Not until 27 years after his death, 1967, where Aborigines got the right to vote and they became citizens of Australia. And because of that time, 1938, they were not citizens of Australia. It says even in this article, they were not allowed in, not to cross the threshold, because they were not considered citizens, which is quite totally crazy. But they took the letter, but apparently the letter was never sent. We suspect that, of course, Hitler was such a bloodthirsty, he was killing every opposition, that the consul would have been afraid that if he would have sent this letter, maybe he would be punished in some way, even maybe killed. So we don't blame him that much. Apparently they repeated the whole thing just recently and went to the current consulate, and he apologized, representing Germany, apologized for that behavior. What was it about this man? How did he get to that position, being the only one that had dared to stand up and show his personality and was not worried that he might have some retaliation or whatever. So very courageous, very strong personality man. So first of all, he was born in 1860, which is only, just to give you a time slot, was more or less the same time as Ned Kelly, who was born 1855, who was only 5 years older. And he died at the age of 80, and he was also a very great Aborigine leader. And he was getting them together at first just at casual meetings and discussing matters. And then he created this Australian Aborigine League. He was not on his own, of course. In addition to all Aborigines standing behind him and helping him, he had also quite a few white people, white Australians, that were helping him. He was born on a station, totally ingenious, very, very quickly learned reading and writing. And all his life he was writing petitions to every possible authority in Australia, including King George V, with most eloquent and sophisticated English language. 100 letters that he wrote through 53 years of his life. First one started in 1887 when he was 27 years old. The last one he did all to kings, to premiers, prime ministers, every authority that there was. He was trying to get improvement in conditions of Aborigines. As you know, at that time they were very badly treated. They had absolutely no rights. So in 1933 he moved out from a mission. He moved to Footscray, where he was able to get pension and was able to live on it. And of course he had some little work outside as well. And that was the time when he was so independent, very, very committed to the cause of Aborigines. And that's 1933 when he moved. He had meetings in his home of lots of Aborigines and other people, and was able to organize the Australian Aborigine League. He was properly baptized and became a Christian. And he was deep into learning the Christian religion, which starts with the Bible. And apparently they were very, very much about the Israelites. The story about Exodus and how they were exploited and how they were badly treated. And somehow they were teaching them as well to compare themselves, the Aborigines, to the Jews, how Aborigines were badly treated in Australia. And the Jews were also exploited. So that's why later on he was so aware of the Jews being badly treated in Germany. That's why suddenly he was so aware of this Kristallnacht. Every one of the 100 letters that he wrote, none of them was even responded to. There was deaf ear to everything. But they say at least he paved the way, like you called yourself, paved the way. He paved the way for later on fighters for the better treatment and recognition of Aborigines as citizens of Australia and other privileges. So he started it.